Hey everyone, it's Yusef for Video Game Plot Summaries, and today we are handling another God of War game from the PS2 era. This game came out originally for the PSP. It's God of War: Ghosts of Sparta. To catch you guys up quickly, the God of War series follows Kratos, a Spartan warrior that is so good at killing, Ares, the God of War, made him his errand boy. Then, Ares tricked Kratos into killing his own wife and child. Kratos, who is a lunatic who cares nothing for anyone but his family, now walks around with the ashes of his family stuck to his body. This is why everyone calls him the Ghost of Sparta. Stopping the nightmares that actually make him feel guilty are pretty much the only reason Kratos gets off his butt to do anything. But once Kratos sets a goal, his resolve is unshakable and he will never quit until he completes it. Let's get started. So, Kratos is the God of War on his throne and he drifts off to receive a vision.
Kratos, help me.
Kratos knew that this was not a mere vision.
So with that, Kratos gets off his butt and heads to the Temple of Poseidon in Atlantis. Athena, Kratos' new handler, is not a fan of this adventure.
This is not a wise course of action, Kratos. It was a dream, nothing more.
The visions still haunt me, Athena. The visions you promised to take away. But this vision, I can change.
Perhaps it is a vision best left unchanged. There is more to this than you know. Please.
See, man, Athena sucks because she be keeping secrets all the time. Before, she gaslit Kratos into believing that she could take care of his nightmares. And then she used some lame word-specific trick like,
"Though we mourn the death of our brother, the gods are indebted to you. We promised your sins would be forgiven, and so they are. But we never promised to take away your nightmares. No man, no god could ever forget the terrible deeds you have done."
Like, what the heck, man? She knew what he was hoping for. All she ever does is finesse Kratos. Now he's a god and she still treats him like an asset. So anyway, of course they're on the sea. And anytime Kratos is on the sea, he's attacked by a big-ass monster. So Kratos defeats the monster and gets through Atlantis from the maintenance entrance.
You again?
Once Kratos gets up there, he finds that the city is under siege by the same mermen that were attacking him on the boat. In the first God of War, Kratos received the ability to breathe underwater from Poseidon himself, which seems to come in handy for the rest of these games. It's one of Kratos' gifts from the gods that I'm glad he doesn't have to give up. The breathing mechanic for underwater in games is stupid. I believe that any chance a developer has, they should excuse themselves out of the protagonist holding their breath. This hatred goes all the way back to Sonic the Hedgehog, by the way. Mario could breathe underwater in his Nintendo days, but Sonic is running around looking for air bubbles to suck up? Yeah, screw that game mechanic. Gotta go fast. Kratos finally gets to the Temple of Thanatos, the god of death. And Kratos finds that in order to enter into Thanatos' realm, he needs the skull of Ceres. And the Ceres are death spirits. They probably have a secret microchip that allows them entrance embedded in their skulls or something. So Kratos leaves the temple and runs through the city more and... what the heck?
Again?
That thing is annoying. Kratos makes it to the Temple of Poseidon and gets a pretty cryptic message at the front door.
Know thyself, and your path shall be revealed.
Come, brave Spartans. The battle is done. Kratos, bring Deimos inside.
How I have missed you, Kratos.
What treachery is this? Another trick of the gods?
No, my son. It is me. Your father brought me here. I have waited so long.
My father?
We do not have much time, Kratos. Your brother does not have much time. He lives, trapped in torment, deep in death's domain.
But he's gone. You told me that he was...
I'm sorry. I had no choice but to lie. You must listen now. The Temple of Ares in Sparta holds the secret that will lead to your brother. Your father forbid me to tell
My
you.
father? Who is my father?
Well, hell, who knew you could make a spell that turns your baby's mama into a slack-jawed monster the moment she tells your son your name? That's pretty crazy when you think about it. This dude was with this woman who gave birth to Kratos. And then, in order to keep stuff from Kratos, the dude put his baby's mama in some sort of a dimensional rift prison that could only be accessed when Kratos goes to Poseidon's temple. I mean, it's a lot of information to process from Kratos' standpoint. He now knows the identity of his father, that his brother Deimos is still alive in Thanatos' realm. He found his mom, even though it didn't even seem like he was looking for her. And now he's gotta bust her up because she's a crazy monster. Well, of course Kratos only knows how to win one way.
your brother, Kratos. Go to Sparta. Find Deimos. He needs you.
Mother! What have I done?
So Kratos heads into the actual temple after his mom dies and releases the dimensional curse. He sees a book that I assume is going to explain more about Poseidon to us when... I would like to pause for a second and praise the God of War series with how good they are at transitioning Kratos from one area to another. Usually in most games, if you fight a big monster, you don't really go anywhere. But in God of War, every time you deal with any huge colossus type of animal, you get thrown into a different level entirely. And sometimes the monster pops up and throws you around like in this case. And sometimes you activate a flaming chariot. This game is so great at huge scale set pieces that it remains classic for that alone. I think I used that term right. Set pieces. Anyway. So Kratos is apparently in that volcano that you could see from Poseidon's temple. We are introduced to Linnaeus, who seems to be the chief engineer here.
Master, I'm too weak. Help me, you fools!
After a while of running around and being berated by Linnaeus, who cares a lot about his creations apparently.
You there! Stay away from that!
Kratos runs into the Titan Thera, who has been imprisoned inside this mountain. She really needs some chapstick.
It has been long since our kind waited for the one destined to free us. Gaia foretold of our salvation, ghost of Sparta.
I have not come here for you or your kind.
Do not be so naive, Kratos. Your path led you to me. You need my help.
I need nothing from you, Thera.
If you do not free me, then you will share my fate. You will die here with me. Free me. Free me and my power will be yours.
So that's nice to know that Kratos is destined to free the Titans. Well, somehow by sticking Athena's blades in Thera, it freed her, and now Linnaeus ain't happy.
What have you done before?
Fortunately, with Thera's power imbued with Kratos' blades, it gives him an edge over these crazy golem-type monsters. That same power also allows Kratos to open doors that he couldn't previously get out of, which is what Thera was talking about when she said he needed her help. Or was it? Remember, and this is where the story kind of throws me off in all these games, Kratos didn't make a choice to go to the volcano. He was trying to find the skull of Ceres so that he could get into Thanatos' realm and rescue his brother Deimos. His progress was halted by that stupid beast throwing him into the volcano. Speaking of which, Kratos starts to make his way out when... finally. How the hell did that thing withstand lava anyway? Kratos eventually gets to the top of the volcano to find that freeing Thera has the direct consequence of making the volcano erupt.
The battle with Scylla had shaken the very foundation of Poseidon's kingdom. Atlantis was sinking. But that mattered little to the ghost of Sparta.
Well, who in the Hades is Scylla? Oh, that's what that sea monster's name was. Alright everybody, this is Editor Yusef. The Scylla that they put in this video game didn't make sense to me. I mean, Scylla is kind of a pretty name. That monster is not pretty at all. So I went and looked it up, and it says that Scylla was a supernatural female creature with 12 feet and 6 heads on long, snaky necks, and each head having a triple row of shark-like teeth, while her loins were girdled by the heads of baying dogs, okay? So that means that her vajayjay had barking dog heads all around it, you know. And the reason Scylla became a creature, she was a pretty woman that Poseidon thought was super hot, and he was ready to get down with her. And Poseidon's wife found out, and she poisoned the water that Scylla bathed in and turned her into a creature, you know. You could just turn her into like an ugly old woman or something like that. It sucks being pretty when you're Greek, man. I'm sure pretty girls have to deal with a lot. I mean, nowadays they gotta deal with a lot, and that sucks, but man, dude, when you are alive in Greek times and you were pretty, gods come down, they screw you, they turn you into slack-jawed monsters if you tell their sons who their father is. You know, everything becomes a serious situation just because you're pretty, man. Forget being an influencer. Look, you're just basically cannon fodder for the world of gods, you know. That sucks. Anyway, back to the story. Well, Atlantis is sinking, and the rest of the Isle of Crete is burning, but Kratos don't give a flip because he wants to have some words with Athena. Fortunately, a statue of Athena is never too far away now, is it?
Athena! You lied to me! The gods lied to me! My brother lives. He lives! Athena!
Don't let your rage blind you, Kratos. There is much you do not know. Be warned. They will all try to stab you.
I like how it took her a second to figure out whether she was going to ignore Kratos or get on the phone and gaslight him some more. Of course, now Kratos is supremely pissed, so there's no stopping him no matter what. He runs into a soldier of Crete who was left alive to remind Kratos that he needed a skull of Ceres. Well, to remind us, because the volcano detour and Scylla fight, Atlantis sinking, Athena gaslighting. It's a lot of a plot, ain't it? I mean, I keep saying it, but it's really hard at this point to keep focus on what Kratos needs to do, which at this point is to get the skull of Ceres so that he can go through Thanatos' realm and save his brother.
The daughter. A message to the ghost of Sparta.
We'll never get the skull.
Kratos makes his way to Heraklion, the capital of Crete, named after Hercules. After walking all through the city, Kratos runs into the grave-digging guy, Morpheus, who dug a hole to Hades for Kratos to escape in the first God of War.
What fools! What fools! And you, the biggest fool of all, Kratos. The ghost of Sparta, the slayer of Ares, and now, the destroyer of Atlantis. You should take heed, Spartan. The destruction of Poseidon's kingdom will not bode well on Olympus.
I care little for the gods.
And yet you walk beside them.
I did not ask for the throne of Ares.
You were given the honor to walk among the gods, and yet you spit on it like it was dirt.
The gods can keep their honor. I wish only to find my brother.
Ah, yes, the other one. Try if you must, but you will not succeed. You will never find him. And in the wake of your destruction, you have sunk the only path to your salvation. This is all that awaits you at the end of your journey.
Not before I find Deimos.
Be wise, my son, and turn back now.
Well, he's a bit of a negative Nancy. They keep having us stop to talk to all these people who just tell Kratos not to do anything. Morpheus is right about one thing, though. With Atlantis sinking, it is taking Thanatos' temple and the portal with it. It seems that there is only one other option for Kratos now. And Kratos experiences a flashback that shows he was always a freaking intense dude.
Don't let your guard down, Deimos! A Spartan warrior never lets his back hit the ground. Even in death, a Spartan stands tall for battle. You are a Spartan, are you not?
Yes, Kratos.
Mother, I will take my eggs over easy. Kratos makes it past whatever the hell this thing is. So Kratos makes it through the city to the Mounts of Aronia.
I don't know where he is. Please, I swear to you.
Whoa, that bird woman got a donkey, don't she? Shout out to the animator for that one. No boob physics, but they were going to make sure you saw that booty though. Kratos makes it to his gutted homeboy.
I have not failed you. I told the servants of death nothing. Elysium. Elysium.
You are a Spartan. Even in death, you stand tall for battle.
Thank you, Lord Kratos.
Sometimes you kind of forget that Kratos is a Spartan, because of all the stuff he goes through dealing with Greek mythology. However, if the masculinity of Spartans is as toxic as the movie 300 says it is, comparable to the Vikings, then Kratos ascending to the god of war has to be the illest thing that ever happened to Spartans in the history of Spartadom. Kratos never says anything nice to anybody, which is understood. He doesn't have any reason to be nice. So I'm sure he sent this guy off on the highest note that you could possibly send anyone. Praise from the god of war on your deathbed? In the afterlife, you gotta be a fucking superhero for that, right? Anyway, 300 was about this. The Persians wanted to take over the Spartan city, and they had one secret pass that only the Spartans knew about. And Kratos, of course, knows about this, but I'm not quite sure why he's even going back home anyway. Later, he fights an interesting minion-birthing ice monster. And then he finds the big booty bird lady for some payback.
Erinys, the daughter of Thanatos, the god of death. Pain given form, evil given life.
Ghost of Sparta, the god slayer. Your brother belongs to Thanatos. So blood.
You cannot stop me. Nothing can.
Erinys, huh? So she came looking for him, not Sparta. And she is Thanatos' daughter. So can Kratos use her skull to get into Thanatos' realm? She knew he's a god killer, so why would she even attempt to fight him? Also, in Google, it says that the Caries don't have the power to take lives. They are like vultures, and they eat the people who are already killed on the battlefield. They should be following Kratos around everywhere all the time, since he's a walking battlefield, but I guess that wouldn't make for much of a game. Erinys killing the guy in her intro threw me off since I looked up what the Caries were and I thought she was one of them. That and her booty. It's a pretty ill fight though, because Erinys has the ability to create portals and morph into a frickin' bird. That's cool as hell. I'm in love. We gotta do something about her breath though. Smells like death. She sees that she's fitting to die, so she tries to escape in her bird form. But we all know that Kratos' resolve is absolute. Interestingly enough, Kratos took her portal or void-making ability instead of her head. The voids are ridiculously dope, too. They follow people around. Alright, that'll be the end of this one. I don't foresee this one lasting any longer than 2 episodes. So I'll see you guys next week for the ending. Be sure to like and subscribe, please, if you enjoy these videos. It would help out the channel greatly if you did both of those things. Hitting the like button would be really awesome. Anyway, until next time, you guys save me like Neo saved Agent Smith. Peace.